Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Twitch chat, and welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan. It's good to see you, Kit. Good to see you, Brayherd. Good to see you, Inca. Good to see you, Saber. Good to see you, Bad Roxy, and I hope everyone's having a good day. And Kit, congratulations, you won the crown in Firstendom, but apparently you're inventing new lore as a Roxy proxy. So congrats, Roxy, I guess. I don't know. I don't make the rules. Wait. Who does make the rules of stream? Anyway, welcome back. It's good to see you all. Inca, are you a programmer? The way you wrote made me think of programming. Anyway, we're going to be diving into some Minecraft. Going to be continuing on the greenhouse. Going to be decorating and working on some of the biomes. So let's dive on in. Let's get to it. And look, cherry trees. They were hiding there the whole time. Did I hear my name? You did! I was wondering if you're a programmer with the way you wrote number of one increment greater than the last chatter, which is, quite frankly, very good counting in this stream. Considering we usually count to third. Look at how long this cherry tree grew. Just like, mark. Bird thirst for the... Good to see you, Step Zero. Oh, your brother is. There you go. See, that's where you get it from. Hey, Zerg. It is a very long cherry tree, isn't it? So we'll trim these down, we'll get some saplings, we'll take them back so we can plant the cherry trees in one of the biomes in the greenhouse. Maybe we'll use the cherry trees to make benches in the greenhouse. Because the wood is this, like, candied pink. And we're gonna have plenty of it. Ooh, we could do a bonsai tree. My grandfather used to do bonsai. I love using a tree that you're chopping down to be scaffolding to keep chopping down the tree. These drop a lot of saplings. Like the ghostly oak, or whatever it's called, the white oak. You're lucky to get 4 from a tree. We've gotten at least 6 per tree here. Yeah, bonsai can be very relaxing. It's something that takes a lot of patience. Because it takes a lot of years to train those trees. Hey, that grew. That grew, and it's way too short. Thank you, oak. Please try again. Bonsai is relaxing on a geological timescale. That's, yeah. The current project is we're working on this greenhouse. For the exterior portion, I still have to build the end caps here. It's going to have like a rose window. There's one on each side, but otherwise it's decorating the interior. And I don't feel like doing a rose window right now, so time for interior. Put another one. What was it? It's 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's 4 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna plant these and let them kind of grow where they want, and from there we can kind of plan what the pathway and the waterways might look like. So we'll have this one kind of be the entryway, and then sort of just normal trees. This one will be the desert biome, so I'm going to have to dig all this up. I love having good shovels. Oh no! We're feeling the ground underneath. I made a cavern, and my hubris has come back to haunt me. This stream has turned into a Dickensian tale. Gravity broke half of the baby's bottles? Oof. Oh no, I'm sorry, Roxy. It's okay. Bottles are replaceable. there should be a bed. Oh, the bed's just floating. Cool. For some reason, I thought the bed would disappear. I don't know why. I've been playing Minecraft for way too long. You'd think I'd know that sort of thing. Hey, Yuna. And I have to fill all this in because I'm going to put sand on top. Sand is not a desert to make. The Arctic is a desert. It's true. This is true. However, I am making a traditional sand desert. Not to be confused with the traditional sand dessert. That sounds a little more gritty. All right. This is actually nice. I'll have some dirt to work with on the other side. But for now, we need to go get some sand. Okay, so for those of you who may remember, I kind of lost everything, all my items, last time I played. I did magic them back, except I forgot to magic back an Elytra. So that's unfortunate. Hey, Craig. Yes, parts of the Arctic are classified as specifically the polar desert because they see very little precipitation, mostly in the form of snow. While the Arctic is covered in ice and snow, the low amount of precipitation, less than 10 inches or 25 centimeters annually in many areas, is a defining characteristic of a desert. Indeed. Good to see you, Heaven's Door. I do have a spare Elytra, but it's not. It doesn't have mending or unbreaking, so that's is what it is. Where are all my fireworks? What happened to make me lose everything? Gravity. Gravity and a server that was glitching out a little because I was over exploring. Nope. I was trying to take a drink of water, and that was going to end poorly. Yeah, I was trying to fly around, and I sort of kept hitting basically invisible walls of where things should have been loading but weren't. And the server got confused and decided, you go down now. Gravity's just a theory, you don't believe in it. Well, I've got some bad news, Brayherd. It believes in you. And it believes that you will hit the floor hard. Yes, I do believe that Antarctica is, in fact, the largest desert on the planet. But again, I'm making a more normative sand desert. Well, my character certainly made a good pancake. I don't know how it would taste, though. Too many bites. Hey, Calmage, you go for a good pancake? I can go for a good pancake. I make a good pancake. Well, that's a big hole. I make some good pancakes from scratch. That used to be my go-to on my day off. At when I lived in a place where I had access to a kitchen. Make myself like a big old stack of chocolate chip pancakes. Didn't need to eat again until dinner time. Who helps Google Son? I think Google Son helps the Google Son. Okay, that's probably way more sand than I need, but that's okay because I can turn to glass. You found weevils in your pancake mix? Bro, that's called extra protein. Throwing out all the flower-based pantry stuff? Yeah. I didn't think you'd get weevils where you live, but... Ow! I was trying to land smoothly and I smacked into a tree. You wouldn't imagine my character would make a pancake? Probably not. I do like that his stole looks like suspenders, though. I just took my elytra off and I still tried to glide. Anyway, how's your Wednesday going? Oh, okay. Weevils are so cute, though, with their bobbly heads. I'm not filling this in any particular way. Except apparently the chaos method. Maybe I did need that much sand. Maybe I need a little more, actually. In fact, I will need more because I want to make like a sand dune. Hey, Salsa. We are working on our greenhouse. Minecraft horror movie. Not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time parsing which mean unit. I'm not picking up what you're putting down, I'm afraid. I'm trying. Yep, we're gonna have to go get more sand. Concern it. First, we'll get some buckets of water while we're out and about. It is pretty. Yeah, Minecraft horror movie being... super flat basement. Is this like a Minecraft movie / Five Nights at Freddy's crossover? you know the guy who made Five Nights at Freddy's, Scott Cawthorn, got his start making Christian games? We're actually going to be looking at some of his Christian games at some point on stream. Okay, 5 stacks should be enough to finish what we're trying to do. That sounds like something Solar Sands would do. I wonder if Scott would ever consider making another Christian game. Like, obviously, the FNAF franchise is making him live quite comfortably. But I wonder if he'd ever try to take what he's learned from, like, narrative telling from the FNAF games and try to work that into a Christian game. Well, yeah, it doesn't have as much personal hand in the FNAF stuff, but, you know, when you get known as the FNAF guy, do you try making a non-FNAF thing? Oh, you're back from ads. Yeah, I'm afraid I don't quite know what you're referencing with the Minecraft horror movie being super flat basement. I wasn't able to quite parse that out, I'm afraid. So we want like an oasis. The Conjuring. That makes way more sense, although I don't know how... I'll be honest, I don't know how that's Minecraft, but... no, I don't really watch horror movies. That's too scary. That is a great big emote. Anyway, so we'll have kind of like Oasis over there, and then like maybe Sand Dune will make like a lozenge shape along here. So how big is this? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that an immersion baptismal font? I mean, I guess it could be. To quote the Ethiopian eunuch, there's water here. What's to stop me from being baptized? But no, it's just here. It's an oasis. There is a baptismal font in the basilica over there. It's not immersion sized, but go. Nice little sand dune. Hashtag bring back full immersion. I mean, the right actually does suggest that that should be normative. I'm not gonna lie though. I wonder if I could do a Hollow Bastion house. That'd be interesting. Why is there a discrepancy over baptisms are to be immersion based or not? Largely access to water and so now it's kind of access to water and sort of feasibility. So like if you live in a desert, you know, maybe it doesn't make sense to have a full immersion baptismal font all the time. Historically, it shifted towards the smaller fonts that we know with pouring because it was done for infants. So it changed from, and you can see some of this in the ritual, particularly around confirmation in the medieval era, with how it talks about it. But it was basically part of the shift of going from mostly adults joining the church during the era of the catacombs, if you will, even though that's a bit of a misnomer. But and then shifting towards infants being the normative way of people being baptized and being received into the church. And so when it's a baby, you don't need as big of a font. And then submerging a baby, and this is why this was what I was about to say. I think full submersion is beautiful. I don't want to do that to a baby because baptizing a baby is already hard sometimes because they can be they're babies. They're like, why is this water here? I don't want this water here. And, you know, I don't want to have to submerge a baby. That sounds hard and dangerous. So, now for adults, yeah, I mean, that is a valid concern. Like, now that's an extra thing to wash. Yeah, no, I don't think baptizing infants is controversial at all. I'm excited. I get to do a baptism this Saturday, actually. I haven't gotten to do one in a while, so that's fun. It's just the thought of like doing a full immersion with an infant is just like, oh, that's terrifying. Now for adults, dunk them. Yeah. I actually, I know at church that for the Easter Vigil each year, we'll rent a hot tub. Like they rent a hot tub so they can do full immersion because their church doesn't have a full immersion font, but they're like, we want to do full immersion. Now imagine baby immersion. Look, I've watched videos of Orthodox baby baptisms, and that terrifies me. I'm not going to tell you your tradition not to do it, but I'm just going to say I'm happy I don't. Do we have to wear purple? Well, Advent is coming up, so you don't have to wear purple, but it is an appropriate liturgical color to wear. But one of the ways that you can see it sort of evolve, if you look at the liturgical text throughout history, is in the early church, when adults were being confirmed and received into the church, they would symbolically stand on the foot of their sponsor as a sign of, like, that they're sort of spiritually children and they are being supported in this action. By the time of the medieval period, you still see some of that language in the liturgical text, but it's like, this is a baby. Baby can't even stand, period. Does your sponsor have a life jacket? Hey, Freight Train, good to see you. So I kind of want to have some sugarcane growing on this hill, but you need water to make it grow. So I'm gonna test. Well, that won't work, but I think this will work just fine. Gotta be a proxy sponsor. That's cool. A little hidden fact about some of the sacraments: the use of proxies. Well, that's unfortunate, Quacksplat. Well, continue to pray for him. Boom. Cacti. Ow. Cacti. Cact isn't. I don't know any way. There's like in the desert. There's the dead bushes. I don't know a way to actually get these, so I'm just gonna plant a few in creative mode. Shh, it'll be our secret. We'll just add to the ambiance. Cacti, cactu, cactui. Okay, ignore the bed, but otherwise, I like it. Also, I think I'm gonna do a thing here. I'll need the Silk Touch pickaxe and these. Does Minecraft have palm trees? No, sadly. Eh? Little different doorway. Why people ask me that it... Yeah? I mean, here's the reality. All priests are sinners, even as priests. But there are many stories of priests having all sorts of different backgrounds and still coming to serve the church. Now, if you have kids, that's another problem, but that's because the church wants you to take care of your kids, but... Okay, those actually grew quite nicely. So what I'm thinking is we can add... maybe build like a little hill here with a water feature coming, like a waterfall feature. Yeah, Loyola. Yeah, priests are not chosen from among the people of God because we are perfect. I like these little doorways. I think beyond God thinks we can all become perfect, God helps us to become perfect. Which is good news. Rotata.
Ah, the French.
And K-Max, thank you for the 21-month resub. Thank you for invoking the French. Can we be genuinely perfect in this life? I don't think it's going to necessarily be common, but I would argue yes, precisely because Mary was. But also, other saints achieved a pretty close approximation of it. But we still strive for it, and we know that God will ultimately transform us and make us holy. The great thing is about heaven is that, yes, in heaven we are made perfect, but it's not like a once and done. It's a kind of an eternal ongoing process and project. Anyway, for the Rotata, to get back to that, today Jesus tells a parable in response to the crowds being like, "All the end times, they must be here," and so he gives them a parable to kind of open their hearts and minds to the idea of preparedness. To be like, guys, it's probably not going to happen the way you think it will. Oh, you're all good, kid. I know you off screen, so I know it was coming from a good place. So I think on this side we'll build like a bridge. Hopefully there aren't any troubled waters. You've had a few flats. Oh, those are rascally. I'm just making all the music puns today. Hey, Beer Fox, how goes the biodome? Well, we got cherry trees and we got a desert going on in the other one, so... that's pretty well sorted. So I'm thinking what the rest of this could be is kind of flowers. So maybe the path will come in and snake over this way, do a little pop for a bridge. And then the path here probably can just come, terminate here, and split off and terminate here, so kind of like a Y. Azaleas? I was just thinking a whole bunch of random flowers. Nope, actually I don't want to get that close because then the water will spring a leak. Startled by my own sound alert. Triple damage 21. Help you, what's up? Thank you for the follow. Ow. Ow. You can't chat in the Owl's stream. Huh. Well, I'm afraid I'm not really that connected to the Owl, so I can't really help. I know more Yenza. I've tried contacting like on Discord or something. Like that's really all I got for you, I'm afraid. I hope it's just like a glitch or something. Thank you. You're sad you recognize it from the one note? That's the point. No, 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 no. My shovel's too good. Yeah, but it's in the cultural zeitgeist, particularly of our generation. Okay, so... Okay, that should work. There's words zeitgeist, yeah. But I think it's great. I think it's great zeitgeist personally. Clarion Call, that's a magic card. What car do I drive? I drive a couple different cars because technically I don't own any, but the house I live in does. They're all basically Chevy Equinoxes. Truly, the height of luxury. Equinox Gang, what? Do you drive one too, Inca? I mean, it's a perfectly fine car. It gets me from point A to point B. Some golf cart. Oh, that's why. Okay. We'll go to daylight. Would a priest car be a holy roller? Anyway, you've been a great audience. Kit has redeemed a father joke. She should opt for a circuitous route. Look, if you're opting for a circuitous route, I think you have bigger problems. Or you're probably playing the third Ravnica block limited. Anyway. Father joke. Let me measure this out real quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You know, I speaking of cars, I was saving up for a special event recently, and I was saving up money for a limo, because I thought, you know, that'd be kind of fun to show up at this event in a limo with all my friends. And so we pooled our money, and the limo got dropped off, and we got in it, and it didn't go anywhere. And we were like, what's going on? Well, turns out that, you know, the driver wasn't included. So, you know, it was all for nothing. It was all, you know, a loss because I had nothing chauffeur for it. There's 3 Ravnica blocks? Yep. I kind of fumbled the punchline, but, you know. Yeah, War, it's not technically a block because that is when they had moved away from blocks. And so it's actually 3 successive sets all set in Ravnica. It's Ravnica Allegiance, Ravnica something, and then War of the Spark. So they're not designed to be drafted as a set, although you can. Okay, Max, if you try to redeem a father joke, I'm just going to tell that one back to you. Guilds of Ravnica, that was it. I actually liked Guilds of Ravnica. It had Izzet shenanigans. Getting it kind of close on the water feature here, but that's okay. Okay, now we can start. Where's our tough? There we go. Here's our paving stones. We don't have enough to finish everything, but we can do some. Have a random hole. You might be asking yourself, does he have a plan? No. No, I don't. I am placing these blocks entirely randomly. To however my whimsy feels in the moment. Is that the cherry wood? No, this is what's known as tuff. Tuff. It's a kind of rock in Minecraft. I honestly don't know if it has a real world analog, if there is such a thing as tuff. Probably know there is. Now, the cherry wood is like pink. Yeah, I quite like how these chiseled pieces of tuff look. Okay, those oak trees are fine in height. Tuff is real. Okay. Yeah, the cherry wood is pink. Igneous rock formed from compressed ash. The more you know. Well, you find it in Minecraft hanging out surrounding geodes. Okay, that's looking really nice, though, with the plants actually in it. Oh, you gotta beat Luigi's Mansion 3 with Gooigi. Everybody's favorite Nintendo character, Gooigi. Ah! Smooth basalt. I thought this is where you found tuff. Is this not where you find tuff? So that's calcite. This is smooth basalt. Obviously that's amethyst. Anywhere below y equals 0. Oh, that's right. It's just found in deep rocks. But not of the galactic variety. Rock and stone. Flint and steel. Mutt and Jeff. What? No. Stop it. Operational hours are over. All right, let's go to the mines. Zombies are gonna ruin my home. No, Endermen are gonna ruin my home. They'll come around with grass blocks and just stick them in places. Ruin the aesthetic. Soko is already gone from the stores. It's abysmal news. It's not even Thanksgiving. I haven't even looked around here. I need to go to the big Morton Williams. That's on 10th. Ugh. It's over on 10th. I have to walk downhill to get there. Or no, it's on 11th even. It's 2 blocks away. I do love New York in many ways, but sometimes it can be a pain to live in New York. For small conveniences. It's like, oh, I need a new light bulb. Oh, there's one hardware store and it's like 10 blocks away and there's no guarantee that they'll have what I need. I get why Amazon is so big here. Well, it's kind of wild watching the Amazon operations in New York because what they'll do is they'll drive in a truck. Sometimes it's like a normal Amazon truck. Sometimes it's just a rented moving truck. And then they'll have these... they'll have like bikes with like little trailers that they'll hitch them to and take those around the city. And they'll have like 20 of those for one truck. And they also have this weird, it's like a bicycle, e-powered bicycle. But like, it's not primarily e-powered. It is still primarily pedal powered. It's a trike, I guess. And it just has like a big box on the back. Ran into a couple from New York at Symphony. Hey, fun. That's why I was trying to explain it. Upstate New York. Ah, that's not New York. That's a different state. Okay, this is tough, right? Yes. Whoa! Rude. I didn't say it's not beautiful. I just said it's a different state. And plus, what is upstate is a great question, because to anyone in Manhattan, it's anything north of Manhattan, sometimes the Bronx included. If you ask someone from White Plains, they won't say that they're upstate. That sounds like a lovely symphony experience. Most of New York is farm country. I mean, yes, but also I would say most of New York is undeveloped even. Like, the Adirondacks cover a fair portion, and a lot of that is undeveloped. Well, to be fair, where I live used to be the farmland that fed the city. Which is wild to think about, considering where I am now. Yes, you do. Yeah, that should be enough for now, possibly for the whole project. God willing, the next Paulus priestly ordination will take place. Maybe next year, but maybe not. Well, I should say next year, next sort of cyclical, like, calendar, like, academic year. So, 2027. Because we won't have one this year in 26. Well, it is sad, but at the same time, that means... I mean, this is the first year in a while where we won't have novices, where we don't have novices. We'll have some more next year, though, but, you know, it means that the guys who would have been in this class discerned out, and that's ultimately good discernment. So every time you see the float bedrock rotata. Yeah, but it's backwards. Fair enough. Jump that. I'll grab the cherry to work on the benches. I already have some, so that's good. Now taking first promises this year. We had 2 guys make their first promise this year. Okay, hopefully that's enough for now to get us started. And this... Let's make all of that. Whoa. I do want to make some trapdoors to put onto benches, like on the sides. I don't know how I feel about the door, but... so that we can have a bench and it can kind of look like... that. Yeah, that's a great looking bench. I do like the bamboo growing in the entry way. That's really nice. Not where I wanted that. So for the bridge, it's not gonna be a huge bridge, but it would be stairs and then like a slab, but I don't know. I gotta see something. Hey, Griefy, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, we'll come back to that. We'll finish this up for now. I think there's tough, like smooth, tough stairs that I can make. Put bench like there. Go ahead and add the benches next, but I just want to put one down to sort of be like proof of concept. Cool, that's the pathway finished. We got a job interview Friday. Hey, that's awesome, Kevin. Also good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Prayers for you on Friday for that to go well. We shall see indeed, but hopefully it does in fact go well. There we go. Got some benches in our botanical garden. I'm actually going to turn this bench around. Okay, good. There are some stairs. Probably do the brick stairs, so I'll need 4 of those. And then just 2 slabs. I wish I remembered where that flower meadow was. We encountered one. It would be nice because we could use that to get a lot of flowers for decorating, but oh well. Hey, thank you. It's coming along nice. It's actually almost done now. Because I have to get flowers for here, and then we got to build this wall on each far side, and it'll have a simple rose window. It's going to just kind of be glass blocks, circle of iron bars, and then filled in with glass panes. You can see it a bit more clearly here, how it's empty. I just didn't feel like doing that today, so... Are there going to be doors? I don't know. Gotta... I suppose with this, it could... See, it doesn't work. I'd have to put in, like, a solid block. So we're going to use the power of imagination that the biomes are able to be kept separate. Yeah, I had envisioned doors originally, but it just... it's not going to work with the build design. Because unfortunately, doors are on the end of a block, whereas walls are in the middle. Is it worth it to buy basketball OST just for Real Big Fish songs? I mean, I guess if you're gonna buy them as 4 singles, it's just $4 anyway. I guess it depends on how much the OST is. Vinyl. See, it's hard to skip to a certain song in vinyl. I don't know, I think it's worth it for the memes. Compromise. I don't think scratching a record is compromise. How old is Aaron Barrett at this point? And still doing Real Big Fish? I mean, come on. Left the arm not scratched. Yeah, but when you put it down, if it's spinning, you increase the odds of scratching, especially trying to hit a track. Flowers. Unfortunately, I've turned a lot of my flowers into dyes. You do have some allium, which is just... That's just garlic. Some roses. Moses supposes the roses are red. Single orange tulip. More allium. It's like, first time I saw the Aquabats live, it's like, oh, the MC Bat Commander doesn't quite look like the photo on the first album anymore. And you have a little allium. It's aluminium. Let's check that only works if you know your British pronunciation. I mean, we're all getting on in years. Although he's got... I think the TV show forced him to exercise a bit more, but I just remember seeing the live the first time, like, oh, he's put on some weight. Happens to the best of us. Happens to me. I'm not going to lie. Jump. think I found some Lily of the Valleys before I died, which is unfortunate. Gwen Stefani. Yeah, but she has money from her other ventures that, you know, she can afford the good plastic surgery. No shade to Gwen Stefani. She's a fine singer. There's a lot of golems hanging out over here. I don't remember making those. Must have just spawned in. One year, I'd love to go see Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, since the only show they do now is the Home Down Throwdown at Christmas. That should be a decent amount of flowers that we can decorate with. You'll be in NOLA. Well, NOLA's pretty cool to be in. Go get some beignets. I was really excited to do a wedding once in New Orleans, and there was a huge snowstorm, and every flight was canceled. Fortunately, the wedding couple had made it there. Bree! Hello! How are you? Good to see you. Hey, Mrs. Guac, thank you for following. I have a feeling that you are related in some way to Mr. Salsa Man. Considering he has mentioned you. Good to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Guac girl! There you go. This is your new favorite stream of all time. Aww. I'm doing well, Pre. How about yourself? Everything good at the camp? I have this is a server that's run out of my dad's basement, actually. My mods have access to it. Although none of my mods play nearly as much as I do. Yeah, it is Java. I can show off everything, I guess. I do like... Okay, I like how the flowers are here. I'm going to call the inside of this greenhouse done, actually. The only thing we have to do, and we'll do that next time, is this portion. Just restarted your realm, you want to play all the time but can't. That's a mood. Oh, I was thinking I might add a water feature here. So we might come back and do that in a moment, but... Yeah, let me show you around, Pri. This is the basilica that we built. This was the main first thing we built. So coming off the courtyard. You have the high altar with a baldacchino in the style of St. Peter's. Confessionals, daily mass chapel, chapel for the canons of the basilica, who ironically have the largest altar. But it's got its own little graveyard. Next to it is the opera house. So you have the main lobby of the opera house. And inside you have the stage. And all the various seating levels, including the boxes. Have a kind of gantry and little spaces for the actors to get ready in. And the best part is, if you go below the opera house, there's a cistern. It's where the Phantom lives. You've only played Survival? This is all built in Survival. Thinking the exterior may need more texture? You are allowed to think that. I like that it doesn't have much texture. I like that the accent is mostly the variation of materials around the windows. I like the sort of flatness of it. What am I making for Thanksgiving? Nothing. I just get to have a dinner. And then over here we have the observatory. With the telescope, and then the little science museum underneath. And then making rolls and cranberry chutney. Ooh, is this the cranberry chutney that everyone's addicted to? Or is that the bread? It was the bread everyone was addicted to. $2.5 pay? Nice. But yeah, no, all this was made in survival free. I don't have a problem. You make addicting food? You do. You were a darn good cook. It's called Coke. Thank you. We have fun around here. So yeah, so for the rose window, it's going to be like a ring of iron and then glass panes, and the rest will be blocks. But I think for the rest of today, I want to make this corner not so square. If your lips are sealed, how are you going to eat? So the water feature can probably just come right up there. Working holidays in healthcare. What? People get sick on the holidays? I would consider it. Didn't they plan better? There we go. I like that. That looks good. That looks so good. I need to get some beehives to put in here at some point, I think. Because it'd be nice to have bees buzzing around, but... You think the sides are missing a little something? Mods, ban that guy. Mods don't actually ban Beer Fox. Stop just in time. Sometimes you have to do something for the bit. You'll accept your punishment. The real question, though, Beer Fox, do you pay the 2? The ban of Damocles. Beer Fox now owns channel. Oh no, how am I gonna tell my boss? What is the 2? In Magic, there's a couple of cards, Smothering Tithe and Rhystic Study being the most notable, that tax your opponents that whenever they cast something or draw a card, they have to pay mana or you get something. So it's like Rhystic Study, you get to draw a card, Mana Tithe, you get a treasure token. I recommend having both in a commander deck and out at the same time. Everyone will love you. You'll be so popular at the table. You'll be so popular that they'll say, we're going to finish this game early, or at least let you go early so you can go rest, because clearly you have the big brain. There we go. That's a bit more of a natural hillside. Names of the 20? Sure. What's the deck you're building? Can control. Nice. I am currently working on collecting cards for a deck that is called Oops, All Combos. You might be able to guess what its concept is. What? You want to make it through the holidays with money? Wild. You want to spend $200 in interaction? No, you want to spend $200 on a single card for your mana base. Have you considered Blood Bowl? Ah, yes. Let's switch from the addicting cardboard to the addicting plastic. Holy Day, Omniscience, Morphon, Thick Stock. Oh dear, there was a lightning strike here. Okay, so what's our next project? Because we're going to finish this up next time. Just with where it's at. So what options do I have? I have the library. As an idea, that would take a lot of leather and a lot of probably concrete. Could do like a Basilica Guild Hall. Could do a Byzantine style church. You're right, it would be difficult without a leather and a cane farm. Behold, the leather farm. And behold, the cane farm. So the cane is the sugar cane's actually the easier part, for sure. It keeps spitting all over the place. Missing. Although it hasn't been producing as much, but that's because I'm so far away from where I'm building. So I could just like hang out closer and it would produce a lot. But the leather farm's not too bad. It's a manual one, but Grotto do a big terraforming? Could. Really, I'm not quite as drawn to the idea of terraforming. I kind of like the idea of maybe the Byzantine style church. Probably do it in just like oak wood. Probably somewhere like around here in the woods or up here on the hill. Like up here on the hill already has a nice flat space for the most part. Because it would be basically a Greek cross with a dome. Carnival or Seaside Resort? That might be a little trickier. Ski Chalet. I do those. I think I want to do the Byzantine style church next, and then after that, probably do the Russian-ish style library. I don't know if it's truly Russian. It's the inspiration I got made me think of Russian architecture. So. But yeah, nice. Looks so good in here. But yeah, I think that's where we'll call it for the day. Wrap up just a little bit early, not super early, but just a little bit. You have Litiara, Kinseekers, Changeling, Sentinel. Okay, yep. 2, Street Tree Mascot, Turtle Shell Changeling, Crib Swap, Unsettled Mariner, Avian Changeling, Mirror Entity, Mariner, Bark Form Harvester, Shapeshare, Shields of Velas Vel, Mothdust Changeling, Bloodline Pretender, Absorb, Anointed Procession. That's a really good one. Elspeth Stormslayer, Paths of the Dead, Cavern of Souls. Hey, that's a really good pickup for any creature type commander. Gandalf is the commander? That's... So are you like saying Kithkin are hobbits? Is that the flavor there? Hey, Tantalus, good to see you. Doing well. I am correct. Okay. Which, Gandalf? So nice and tranquil. Look at that water feature. Ah, the Jeskai one. That makes sense with Kithkin. May I suggest, I think it's Tarian Mauler? Is it a changeling? That every time, it's like a 2/2 for 3, and every time you cast a creature spell, it gets +1/+1 counter. It's a pretty solid classic commander card. Nice. I think that, let me put some lights down here. Just don't want a creeper spawning in here. That'd break my heart. But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it for the day. That was good Minecraft 10. Oh, good Minecraft 10. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in to Let Us Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. It's been good to be with y'all today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Oh, you're not... So you're going to have... You're running it as blue-white. That's interesting as a design choice. I respect that as self-imposed limitation. Anyway, yeah, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in to Let's Play. I've been your host, Father Evan. It's been good to be with y'all today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Join us again tomorrow as we continue our journeys in Riven, and figuring out what's Gen up to. And then, Monday, more Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Tuesday, Rime, potentially finishing it. I don't know how long it is. Wednesday, always more Minecraft. And then Thursdays, well, Thanksgiving. So no stream next Thursday. Maybe something on Friday, just as like a chill. Let's not engage in excessive capitalism day. But anyway. What's my opinion on salty cards? If everyone at the table knows they're in there, great. Like, I love high-powered Magic. I would love to play more Canadian Highlander. I have a Canadian Highlander deck. I think just showing up at, like, a random table, like, you know, if your LGS has, like, a Commander Night, you just show up and you have, like, a CEDH deck, and everyone else has, you know, like, starter stuff. It's like, okay, well, that's no fun. But if everyone has equal power and is walking into it, great. You know, just have that conversation up front. That's why, like, one of my favorite decks, it plays Magic sideways, essentially. Like, it's all the effects, like, can't remember any of the card names, but, like, Anyways, it replaces basically every effect, and it's fun. But I'm always upfront, and I'm like, is it okay if I play this deck? And if people aren't, I'm like, great. Mishra Precon with Mindslaver. I think that's really funny. Like, I think that's using the cards and the synergies that exist and doing it well. But again, you have to sort of know your audience in a sense. And so it's like, have that conversation. Like, and that's where like the meta of like your friends, of like your friend group, like, are they cool with it? Or do you have access to a lot of cards that they don't? So there's a time and a place. I think it's great. But, if it was my first time playing and you did that to me, I might not play again. So, I'd love to see that in action, though. Bring it on. So, yeah, I think it ultimately just comes up to what is the mood of the table and, like, what do folks, how do they want to play? Like, do they want to play a long game or do they want to play a quick game? Because quite frankly, if you can tutor up that Mindslaver, this has secretly become Magic the Gathering podcast with Minecraft in the background. I do love Magic the Gathering, and part of me wishes I could do more of it on stream, but it doesn't quite fit my ethos. It's all good. But I do got to get going. So thank you again, everyone who's liked, followed, subscribed, given bits, all that good jazz. Tantalus, I want to see that Mishra Mindslaver combo, because I think that'd be really funny. And I love the Mishra Precon. It's one of the only two Precons I own, the other being the Urza one, because I love the Brothers War. I love that book. Yeah, sorry you got here just at the end, but you can join again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, I don't think there's any special events coming up. I'm not on GOF or anything. So thank you to everyone who's checked out the YouTube and the Discord, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And let's see who's live that we can raid into. La 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 la. We're gonna raid Banana is Hannah. Did never actually get a chance to say hi to her at Reach, but she's a cool person. She's playing Stardew, so just a nice chill time. I figure Minecraft, Stardew, a lot of overlap. Raid call is Father Raid. Spam any emotes you got. Go give Hannah some love, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. You lived with her there. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Anyway, go give her some love. She's a good person. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care. God bless.